You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. So you know the IRS down in the States, their version of the CRA.
Yeah.
They instituted this new policy. Well, Trump did, his big, beautiful bill. The whole no tax on tips was a big thing for the U.S. this year. Well, apparently, next year, the IRS is going to have to make their agents watch OnlyFans content during tax season because the no tax on tips has a rule that it doesn't apply to people who make adult content, spicy videos.
So there's people at the IRS that just have to watch smut?
They're basically, when people submit OnlyFans content for an exception, they're going to have to watch to see whether they're doing, because OnlyFans is not just pornography. They're going to have to see maybe this person's doing cooking, life coaching, relationships, workouts, or are they doing the nasty so that they can either approve or deny their applications.
IRS job applications are about to go up like 150%.
Imagine trying to explain to the person who's sitting in the cubicle next to you what all those noises are. Oh, no, it's for work, friend. It's
Not
fine.
even that. Imagine coming home to the missus and she's like, so what'd you do at work today?
I disqualified 47 adult actors.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I didn't talk about a hard day's work, though,
Right.
you know?
Do you think that they'll spread it out, or do you think they'll hire like an OnlyFans specialist, somebody who can get in and get out hard and fast?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that can take that job.
A lot of people volunteering at the next staff meeting, be like, hey, when tax season comes up, if you need an OnlyFans specialist, I've been dabbling at home on my personal time. I know my way around the website.
Yeah. Talk about filling out a spreadsheet, you know?
I know the ins and the outs, and I'm willing to work harder than I've ever worked before.
That is amazing. I love that so much.
So, yeah, if you're listening and you work for the CRA, maybe it's time to have a chat with them. See if you can start watching OnlyFans at your desk. Strictly for work purposes, of course.
You know, we talked about the CRA snitch line the other day.
Yeah.
Calling in on somebody's OnlyFans.
You're going to want to go to this link. You're going to want to check these videos out. They do not qualify for the tax breaks.
And how do you know?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know, we were laughing about how funny it is that the IRS is watching OnlyFans, but a few people brought up good points. Ray said, do you think they have a budget for this?
I would have to assume, right, if this is something that they're tasking their agents with doing that they weren't doing before.
Because they would have to subscribe.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
The content isn't for free unless there's some caveat where they're like, if you're claiming OnlyFans content, you have to submit a sample. You have to hook us up with a 3-day free trial.
And then Adam, the safety guy, also texted in and said, I wonder how long it would take for you to get depressed and question your life choices doing that job for the IRS, realizing that some of these people on OnlyFans are making way more money than you ever will.
That's true. Like, I mean, I'm sure if you work
You're
for
seeing the
IRS,
numbers on top of the content, right?
If you work for the IRS, I'm sure you make a decent amount of money. Same with CRA here in Canada. But as you get those submissions in and you're seeing 6-7 figures from people who are making videos of various content, yeah, it might get a little depressing to be like, why am I working a 9 to 5?
I'll give you a tax exemption if you want to do a collab with me and boost my account.
Yeah. Shave me off some points on those tips.
Adam brought up that, but Ashley, you brought up an even more depressing thought, eh?
Yeah. Well, imagine you're just, you're working your everyday normal life at the IRS or whatever, ruining people's lives, and you get tasked with this job, which maybe, might seem a little bit exciting, watching some OnlyFans content until you come across maybe your kid, maybe your spouse, maybe a parent.
Dude, finding somebody that you know would be horrifying.
Yeah. Like, how do you see them at Christmas? It was just a job. I had to do it. I don't know.
I mean, technically, you're both just working.
Yeah.
You're both just doing your job.
I mean, calling out your family for tax fraud is one thing.
I mean, that might make things a little more awkward, yeah.
Looking across the Christmas dinner table at your aunt and being like, and you know what? You're not getting an exemption. I saw what you claimed on your taxes.
Yeah. Oh, made more than the naughty list, that's for sure.
Like, if that's coming up on my computer, I'm just yeeting that across the room.
I'm just done. See you later.
I quit. Bye.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So it's Wednesday, and we usually censor out our Artist of the Week, which is Stone Temple Pilots, but we did agree last week that from here until Christmas, we're just going to censor out Christmas songs.
There's a lot of Christmas songs to put the gears to.
And I think it is a way to make those of you who hate Christmas music enjoy it a little bit more.
Right, to sort of watch the thing you don't like be skewered somewhat.
One of the biggest suggestions was I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Well, what if she wasn't kissing?
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Makes the whole creeping on the stairs thing watching a little bit worse.
You came down, you saw that, you just sat there and watched, you little pervert.
I mean, there was a million different ways to go with tickling his what instead of his beard. Which kind of leads into this next one here.
Okay.
Bob Dylan made a song called Must Be Santa.
I vaguely remember this one.
I grew up hearing the Raffi version.
Oh, okay.
And censored out makes it even better.
Who's got a that's long and white?
Santa's got that's long and white.
Who comes around on a special night?
Santa comes around on a special night.
Special night that's white. Must be Santa.
You can't do that to Raffi. Never mind Santa. Don't do that to Raffi, man.
Hey, it's Santa that's doing it, apparently. Next one in is apparently Ariana Grande and Kelly Clarkson put out a Christmas song a couple of years ago.
What?
They don't want presents.
I don't even. What is the uncensored lyric? That's crazy.
Finally, here we've got Tom Petty. If you forgot or not, he did write a Christmas song as well.
Everybody's all of the are out and it's Christmas.
Sure is Christmas all over.
All over what?
To talk about jingle bells, you know?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast. It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
All right, we were talking about stocking stuffers briefly earlier on the show, and then someone asked us, what is the best seasonal treat that you have around the holidays that you don't have any other time of the year?
It's Christmas time specific. Maybe it's not for sale Christmas specific, but you only really want it.
And there's a lot of them that are only for sale during Christmas.
Honestly, the first one that comes up, because I won rock, paper, scissors, I got the first overall pick. You know me. I hate Christmas. It's not my favorite season. It's not my favorite holiday. I muddle through it at best. But every year I get excited. I am already 3 cartons deep on the eggnog, brother.
The eggnog is one of those things where there's people that really like it, and there's also people that use it as an excuse to drink.
I get it. I didn't even think about the addition of the rum.
Right?
You're right. That's a bonus point. There are people who are going to say, like, no, eggnog's gross. And then there are people like me, cultured folk, who say that this should be available all year. The only reason that it's Christmas specific for me is because they only sell it to me during this season. But I associate eggnog with the best parts of Christmas.
Coming in at number 1, I'm going to go with rum balls for myself.
Rum ball. Again, just any excuse to get some rum in you at the holidays.
And when you're like a little kid and the rum balls come around, you kind of feel a little badass too because
Right.
you think you're drinking.
You almost feel like you're like, does anybody know I'm about to eat this?
Yeah,
Is
you eat
someone-
like 10 of them and you're like, you start telling yourself, I think I'm feeling it.
Oh, man.
I'm feeling it,
I can
man.
barely stand up right
Yeah.
now. You're 12 years old. Number 2, I got to go with, and again, I know that you can get them outside of Christmas season, but I only talk about a pot of gold at Christmas time.
Can you buy pot of gold during the rest of the year?
Some stores will stock up during the holidays, and they'll sell them at like a really increased price.
I always hated the pot of gold because as soon as you lose the map, you're screwed. And there's only like 4 of them that taste good.
That just means that whoever you were eating them with does not treat it with the respect it deserves. The map is gold. You have to take care of the map so that you know what to avoid. And even better, if in your family or even in your relationship, if you like different things, if you can assign, like, I hate coconut. That's all for you, babe, but I'm going to take the orange one because I know you don't like that. That's the situation I have in my house right now.
Coming in at number 2, it's hard to find now since Little Debbie left Canada, but those Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, my. You get a box of those, it's hard to put down, man.
That's one of the ones where it's probably good that it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Because if I had regular access to that, my diabetes would be out of control.
If anybody knows one of those stores that's selling American products right now, let me know where I can find those Little Debbie Christmas cakes, because those are the best.
I can't believe that it made it to round 3 because it is the Christmas chocolate. I have to take the Toblerone bar.
Toblerone, yeah.
Toblerone bar is Christmas to me. I got a Toblerone in my stocking
It is
every
a stocking
year,
stuffer thing, yeah.
every single year. And again, I see Toblerone on the shelf in July, and I know that if I bought it, I would like it, but I'm not going to. I can only eat it at Christmas time because it feels criminal otherwise.
Coming in at number 3 for myself, I'm going to go with the Lindt chocolate.
Lindt chocolate.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Another one that you can find year-round. I mean, Valentine's Day, it kind of pops up a little bit, but every Christmas, that was always in my stocking for sure.
Can I say something controversial? We're among friends here. This is a safe space. I think Lindt chocolates are kind of overrated.
Yeah?
They're okay. Like, it's chocolate. At the end of the day,
They're a little bit overwhelming. I mean, you have like 6 of them, and you're like, oh, God.
it's a lot. They're expensive unless you find like a crazy sale. I don't want to buy them in packs of 3 or 300. That's the only option.
Did make you feel like you're fancy, because the commercials that they have for them where it's like, our Swiss chocolate makers.
a chocolatier?
Yeah.
That's Lindts, they're good. Always felt a little too pretentious. I like a working man's Toblerone. That's my jam.
All right, run through your picks.
I got the eggnog, I got the pot of gold box of chocolates, and I got the Toblerone bar.
I got rum balls in at number 1. I got the Little Debbie's Christmas tree cakes in at number 2. And I'm going with the Lindt chocolate in at number 3.
I'm going to get ahead of us getting shamed by somebody and say honorable mention to the Ferrero Rocher. But I do associate that more around Valentine's Day. That's why I didn't pick it.
Yeah, Ferrero Rocher also seemed like a rich man's chocolate for some reason, just because it was wrapped in gold.
That's it. It's the gold wrap. We're simple people. If it's wrapped in gold, it's not for a poor person like me.
This is the Brock and Delby podcast.
All right, I'm always man enough to admit when I've lost, which is a lot lately, but for you on the seasonal Christmas food draft.
I think the thing that I was most surprised by, I had eggnog. That was going to get me a lot of votes. I knew that. I was surprised that Terry's chocolate orange got more votes than you did, and neither of us even took it.
Terry's chocolate orange, the only good thing about that was the commercial with the lady in the bathtub falling through the ceiling.
The whack and unwrap and then the half naked.
Orange and chocolate just is such a weird mix to me.
It's like the cilantro. It almost feels like it's in your DNA. You either like orange chocolate or you hate orange chocolate.
A lot of people did like my pick for the Little Debbie's Christmas cakes there, which
Yeah.
we've got Zeddy Bear on the phone. You know where to find them since we can't find them in Canada?
You can get them on Amazon.
I've seen them on Amazon. I will say they're there. They're pricey.
How much are they going for?
I don't know, but I know they also have the chocolate ones.
Oh, well, let me take
And
a
you
little
can get-
look-see here.
I think you can get 6 boxes of chocolate ones for like $65 or $70 or something like that.
Ooh, $10 a box for little cakes that's a lot.
Yeah, that's rich man snacks right there.
Little Debbie was supposed to be something you trade at lunchtime. Now I got to take out a mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a little out of my price range for some munchies.
Those boxes are like 5 cakes a box, too. You're paying $2 for a Debbie cake?
Now, the one thing, and I forgot, I brought this up a couple of years ago, and I still haven't been able to find it because someone texted in candy canes. They can't believe that we didn't have that on our list. The real thing is, where are those Orange Crush candy canes?
Dude, they don't exist. I'm honestly, at this point, it's been so long since I've been able to find them, I'm starting to question whether they ever exist.
I know that you can find the ones where there's like Dr. Pepper Orange Crush in there, but it was Orange Crush, Cream Soda, and Grape Crush all in like one package there.
It was like the Crush Flat Pop that you could get. The one that randomly would have Barks Root Beer as the 4th option in there.
That was so money, and it feels like, I think 2 years ago we talked about this and tried to Google it.
Yeah.
You cannot find any sort of history of this being, but I remember having it as a kid.
No, specifically. And here's the thing, right? Because the people are texting in, guys, what about candy canes in their basic version are trash.
It's
They're-
the flavored ones that are the best.
Exactly. You have to add things like soda flavors to make them worth having at all, which is why candy canes in general get a big thumbs down.
You know, they say the magic of Christmas goes away when you stop believing. Is that when the crushed candy canes disappeared too? Is that what it is?
You can trace a lot of the world's problems back to that moment.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
American Idol used to be one of the biggest TV shows in the early 2000s, mainly for the reason of Simon Cowell just being an absolute savage to people.
People who didn't care about the competition at all would tune in to watch the bad auditions and then watch Simon Cowell just eviscerate people.
Recently, I guess Simon Cowell's having like a change of heart or a midlife crisis. He put out a statement saying, "I think I went too far. I'm sorry for being a dickhead during my tenure on American Idol.
Damn.
I didn't particularly like the audition days because they're long and boring. I would get fed up. And of course, out of 100 nice comments, what are they going to use? They're always going to use me in a bad mood."
Well, that's just it. The only people that made the show were the ones good enough to go to the next round and the ones that were so bad that they would go viral.
But that's also the early 2000s TV and entertainment to a T. Was like
Yeah.
everything was being mean and nasty, you know?
It was a lot of drama, even like game shows. What was that one where they would go around the weakest link? And they had that British lady, and the whole show was just her being really mean to everybody. And then at the end, they would win a little bit of money.
Well, you
That's
look
it.
like even the whole roast thing really blew up during the
Yeah.
2000s there. Or, I mean, you want to talk about reality TV. Another guy that made a living off of being a dickhead to people, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, honestly.
Idiot sandwich.
It's so funny, too, because if you ever find the old British version of Kitchen Nightmares, he would go in and, like, he would be abrupt with people, but it was all about, like, working with them and helping them to get the restaurant back on track. And it's such a positive show. And then you had the North American one, and it was just him scream fighting with Americans for an hour, and then at the end it'd be like, well, we're just going to shut your restaurant
It was the
down.
only reason you really tuned in. You didn't care about the cooking. You just wanted,
No.
it was like American Idol. You just wanted to see people get lit up. you
We're
know?
only here for the lowest common denominator. Bar Rescue was very similar to that.
Yeah, and I mean, reality TV is still the same, but in a different sense. I mean, like, I think things have changed over the years where, like, being a dick isn't as funny or cool as it was in the 2000s.
Well, no, I feel like we moved from the appeal of those kinds of shows being the drama and the anger and the edginess to, pardon the language, but now everything's just horny. That's what gets people tuned in now.
You know what hasn't changed is hot people doing dumb stuff. I
Yeah.
think that's something that everybody still enjoys for some reason.
Hot people doing dumb stuff will live forever.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Collective Soul with Shine. Hey, good morning. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. Listen, over your 30 years on this planet, what would you say are some staple items to find in a stocking on Christmas morning?
Well, I'd say toothbrushes in there.
Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
Obviously some candy, maybe scratch ticket or something.
That is apparently an inappropriate gift.
A scratch ticket?
Yeah. One of the lotto corporations in Canada put out a press release a couple of days telling parents that this Christmas they should not be giving any kind of lottery ticket to their children on Christmas morning or anywhere through the Christmas season because it's inappropriate gambling for children.
I mean, on a legal standpoint, I get what they're saying, but like, you really think a kid's getting a cash for life or something?
Well, and that's just it. They're not even saying like, hey guys, it's illegal to let a 7-year-old scratch to win. They're straight up saying that early exposure to gambling can increase the risk of basically degeneracy in children as they get older. Your scratch ticket or your $6.49 that you give to a kid on Christmas morning could ruin the rest of his life, is what they're saying.
But you can give a kid Grand Theft Auto for Christmas and it's fine?
Yeah, no, that's different. That's a video game. It's a lottery ticket that's really going to ruin things.
I mean, like I said, I understand the logic of what they're saying, but if giving your kid one scratch ticket for Christmas is going to send them down a dark path.
That's just it. Like, I mean, listen, I've done it, right? I've given both Alex and Marcus little, like, crossword scratchers or whatever
Yeah.
as, like, a Christmas present. and they love it, and they love the excitement, and they never win. So it also helps them learn disappointment at a young age, which
Sure.
I think is valuable.
Honestly, it's setting them up for, hey, there's not a good chance of winning, if
Right.
anything.
I think it's on the parents. Like, you just have to be upfront and honest. Like, hey, here's a lottery ticket. This is basically worth the paper it's printed on.
I don't think it's that inappropriate of a gift. You want to know what's an inappropriate gift? My mom giving me rubbers for Christmas when I was 16. That's the most out-of-pocket thing that I've ever got in my entire life. I was 16 years
She
old.
just wanted you to be safe.
I get to the bottom of my stocking. It was like one of the big boxes that you can get from Costco.
Oh, there you go.
I pulled it
Wow.
out, and she just started like laughing, and she's like, "Think of me," and I was like, "Oh no, God, no, Mom, what the hell?" I'll tell you this: never use those once.
Yeah, I don't think you can at that point, especially with the "Think of Me" tagline. Giving a 16-year-old condoms, having that conversation, that's not a bad idea. Saying "think of me" puts it hard into the inappropriate category.
I'd say that's way worse than giving your kid a scratch ticket.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got Chancey on the phone. What's the most inappropriate gift you've ever seen?
The butt plug that my brother got for my mom.
Sorry, hang on.
That needs a lot of explaining.
So, like, he had this Christmas exchange with his friends when they went away for a weekend, and they got them, like, a bunch of gay gifts, so he thought it would be funny to give it to my mom.
So it's a re-gifted butt plug.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was still sealed in the package, if that makes a difference.
It really does.
It does.
It really does.
And then he thought it would be funny to put it under the tree, but from my husband and not himself.
Were you guys at least together long enough that?
Oh yeah, like we've been together like 15 years.
Okay.
But he was like mortified. He had no idea where this gift had come from, so he's looking at me as if I did it, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And then my mom didn't like actually open the package until later that day to see exactly what it was. It just said it was like an adult gift and that it was a fetish thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we were all pretty surprised when she opened it and saw that it had a bunny tail on it.
Is your brother just dying at this point?
He wasn't even there. Like, he did his Christmas.
So much better.
Yeah. He did his Christmas at home with his son and his girlfriend, and then came over later that day and was like, "Oh, Mom, how did you like the gift that Rob gave you?" And anyways, it was pretty messed up.
So did your mom keep it, or?
Yeah, I think she still has it.
Still in the box.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, gross.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast. Would you rather? Wednesday. Would you rather Wednesday?
All right, let's get weird. 762-555. First one in here says, would you rather never cut your nails again or never wipe again?
Oh, it's got to be never cut your nails. Never wipe that's just bad for you.
I mean, if you pick never wipe and you just get a bidet,
Oh, okay.
then
Loophole.
that works, right?
You fully lawyered that one. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the workaround.
Because if you never cut your nails again, it'd still suck to wipe, wouldn't it?
Oh, for sure, but you'd figure it out. I mean, even I see some of the ladies out there with the big, long acrylics and stuff like that. They figure it out. They make it work.
You got to imagine that lady that's in the Guinness Book of World Records. She has to have a bidet. There's no way.
Well, I mean, you say bidet. Some people, just a hose even would work,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's ways around it. Just a lot of showers.
Get hosed
maybe.
down like you're a lion at the zoo or something.
You're right. I could give up wiping so long as I was allowed to have alternatives for cleaning the area.
Someone said, would you rather work in retail during the holidays or be an accountant during tax season?
Oh, you know what? I would rather be an accountant during tax season because I just feel like there's less having to deal with idiots.
I mean, meh, but also more money, I guess.
I've got to assume a CPA is making more money than somebody working at a Walmart or any other retail outlet. And then also, like, yes, you're going to have the people who will, like, come in for an appointment every now and again. but a lot of people just drop off their taxes at like an H&R Block or whatever.
And compared to retail, you can actually tell the person if they start yelling at you because whatever with their taxes, you can be like, this is your fault.
You did this to yourself.
Good luck doing that at Walmart.
Just hold up a mirror and be like, this is the person you should be getting mad at. They live in your house.
Someone said, would you rather be a professional athlete or a rock star?
I mean, I feel like Rockstar has a longer shelf life. We've seen it from, all these aging rock stars now, whereas you've seen it in hockey and football especially. It's like one injury or one bad season, and they're like, get out of here, never to be seen again.
It varies for both because, I think everybody has a different idea of what a rock star is, but a professional athlete is pretty vague because you could be like a professional ultimate Frisbee player.
True, professional dartsman, stuff like that.
Hell, I love lacrosse, but professional lacrosse players don't make that much money.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you see it with like these Remember the 90s tours and stuff that were going off in the summertime. You can have like 1 or 2 hits and then just ride that into retirement for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a baseball player who has like one magical season, but then you burn out the next 2 years, like that's it. You're hoping to get to sign autographs at conventions.
Although it would be sick to be the guy at Beer League that everyone's like, yo.
Did you hear that guy played in the show?
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
He had a little bit of a stint there.
That would be pretty sick.
All right, we'll wrap up with this one. Would you rather snow fall from the sky and be cold outside or sand fall from the sky and it be warm outside?
Oh, I hate snow and I hate cold, but sand, it just getting everywhere.
Imagine coming out in the morning and your car is just covered in sand.
Covered in sand, and even just like, you look up at the sky and now you've got sand in your eyes? No, sand. I don't like being too hot, and sand is just the most uncomfortable substance.
But if you never had to deal with snow again.
No, but now you got to shovel sand out of your driveway. You got to buy a sand blower.
How many people have always said they wanted to live on a beach?
I want to drive on one.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.